Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuhu. I am Guriechi Makadatu and I'm going to discuss about the linear regression. So what is linear regression? A linear regression is attempt to model the relationship between two variables by fitting a linear equation to observe data. A linear regression line has an equation of form y is equal to a plus bx, where x is the explanatory variable and y is the dependent variable. So here's the first setup. A first step in this determination is to collect the some data involving two variables are called bivariate. So tinatawag na bivariate yung may involved na dalawang variable sa data. So, in the 4.11, it gives bivariate data showing the time between two eruption and the duration of the second eruption for 10 eruption of the geyser Old Faithful. So, have you seen in table 4.11 the time between eruption in seconds is the x and the duration of eruption in second is the y. So we have there the scatter diagram or scatter plot. So we are going to write the eruption in second, which is the x-axis, and the duration of eruption, which is the y-axis. So, sa x-axis, isusulat mo lang yung mga number na nakalagay doon sa x, and ganon din sa y-axis. Ilalagay mo lang yung mga number na nakasulat doon sa table. One way for the geologists to create a model of the relationship between the time between two eruption and the duration of the second eruption is to find a line that approximate the data points plotted in the scatter plot. Of all the possible lines that can be drawn, the one that is usually of most interest is called the line of best fit, or the least square regression line. The least square regression line is the line that fit the data better than any other line that might be drawn. So this is the formula of the least square line. So it can read as a x is equal to n plus summation xy minus open parenthesis summation x close parenthesis and open parenthesis summation y and close parenthesis over and summation x squared parenthesis summation x squared, and b is equal to y mean minus a x mean. So I have here a problem that we can use that formula. To apply this formula, find the value of each summation. So it already have a value in every summation. In summation x have 2,386, and summation y is equal to 822, and summation x squared is equal to 573,560, and the summation xy is 196,636. So next, we use this value to find the value of A. So hinahanap natin dito is the value of A. So if you apply the formula, you can change the formula into the value of each summation. So the n in the formula stand for 10, and the xy is 196,636, and the summation of x is 2,386, and the summation of y is 822. So if you use the calculator, the answer in that is 0.11895559666. So that is the value of A. So now we define the value of x mean and y mean. So x mean is equal to summation x over n. So kunin mo yung value ng summation of x, which is 2,386 over n, which is 10, and then i-divide mo siya. Magiging result niya is 238.6. So yan yung value ng x natin. So now is y mean is equal to summation y over n. So kukunin din natin yung value ng summation of y, which is 822, and the n is 10. So ganun din ang gagawin mo, i-divide mo lang siya, and the result will be 82.2. So ang value ng x mean natin is 236.6, and the value of y mean is 82.2, and use them to find the y-intercept b. So hinahanap natin naman dito is ang y-intercept. So i-apply natin yung value na value ng y mean and x mean. So, di ba ang value ng y natin is 82.2, and the value of a natin is 0.1189559666. So, ang value naman ng x mean natin is 238.6. So, ang gagawin natin is i-calculate natin yan. So, ang lalabas is 53.817.10637. So, yan yung magiging y-intercept natin. That's all, and thank you for listening.
Hi, good afternoon to each and everyone. My name is Anna Silala. So, for today's video, I'm going to explain to you my topic that I have, which is the linear correlation coefficient. So, let's start. Okay, let's define first what is the meaning of the linear correlation coefficient. So, the linear correlation coefficient is a number calculated from given data that measures the strength of the linear relationship between two variables at yun ang x and y. So, ang correlation ay ginagamit upang malaman natin kung may relationship sa dalawa or higit pa ang mga variable. Madalas, ang person R ang statistical at direction ng correlation. So, halimbawa, napapatanong ka kung may relationship kaya ang self-confidence at ang score mo sa exam. Kasi maaaring kung mataas ang self-confidence mo, ay posibleng mataas din ang score mo sa exam. Kasi pwede nating hypothesize na kung mataas ang self-confidence mo, ay maaaring mataas din ang score mo sa exam gamit ang pairs of R. Ngunit hindi sinasabi na kung meron silang cause and effect, no? Kasi posibleng related ang isang bagay pero wala naman silang logical relationship. So as you can see in your screen, there are direction of relationship. We have the correlation coefficient, we have the positive correlation, negative correlation, and no correlation. So tingnan natin sa scatter plot, no? So, di ba ang red line ay pataas siya? Kasi sa positive correlation, kapag tataas ang x ay tumataas din ang y. So, sa negative correlation naman ay kapag tumataas ang x, makikita natin dyan yung kulay red line ay papunta sa left side pataas. So, kapag tumataas ang x, bumababa naman ang y. So, dito naman sa no relationship o no correlation ay kung makikita natin yung line niya ay nasa gitna lang kasi wala nang kinalaman ang x variable sa y variable. So may tinatawag tayong strength ng relationship. So kapag mas malapit sa 1 o negative 1, mas strong ang relationship. So kapag mas malapit sa 0, mas mahina ang relationship ng mga variables. Okay, so these are the formula that we are going to use. Okay, so isa-isahin natin. So N stand for number of pairs or score, and while the summation of xy is the sum of the products of paired score, and the summation of x is the sum of x score, and the summation of x y as the summation of y is the sum of y score. Okay, and sa baba may the summation of squared is the sum of squared x, and yung isa ay the summation of y squared is the sum of squared y scores. How we are going to interpret. Okay, so pag ang r mo ay positive or negative 1.0, as in 1 talaga siya, ang ibig sabihin nun ay meron kang perfect correlation or perfect positive or negative correlation. So, kapag naman ang positive or negative 0.80 hanggang 0.99 ay meron kang very strong correlation, or sa pangatlo ay may positive and negative 0.60 to 0.79 is you have a strong positive negative correlation. At yun, isa hanggang sa pababa na. Okay, meron tayong positive negative 0.40 to 0.59 is what we call moderate positive negative correlation, and positive negative 0.20 to 0.29 is the weak positive negative correlation. I hope nakukuha nyo ko. And sa positive negative 0.01 to 0.19 is a very weak positive negative correlation, no? At ang pinakahuli ay pag ang positive or negative 0.0 ay tinatawag nating no correlation. Okay, the percent correlation coefficient calculator. Here is a step-by-step guide to calculating percent correlation. Okay, so ang step 1 is we should create a percent correlation coefficient table and make a data chart, and including both the variables labeled these variables x and y. So add 3 additional columns, which is ang xy, x squared, and yx squared. So refer to this simple data chart. So our example is a statistic, or the scenario is a statistic professor at a state university wants to see how strong the relationship is between students' score on a test and his or her grade point average. The data obtained from the sample follow. Okay, no, kung makikita, it's all about the relationship between the student score at yung grade point average ng estudyante. Okay, dito sa natin sa chart is may text score, which is ang x, tapos ang GPA or grade point average ay ang y natin. So halimbawa, no, so ang text score ng estudyante ay may yung isa 98, isa 105, yung isa 100, 100, 106, 95, 116, at 112. So, ang grade point average nila ay yung 98 ay ang average niya ay 2.1, yung 105 is 2.4, yung 100, 3.2, 100 again, 2.7, 106, 2.2, and 95, 2.3, and 116, 3.8, and 112 is 3.4. So, ilan yung natin, number of paired of score? Meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, meron tayong 8 ng number of paired of score. Okay, so ito yung way kung paano natin i-solve. Okay, this is the solution, no? So, the subject is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is the sum. And ang x natin, yung test score ay we have 98, 105, 100, 100, 106, 95, 116, 112. So, pag tinotal natin yan lahat ay 832. Ipa-plus lang natin yan. So, sa y naman, so ano nga ba yung y natin? Diba ang y natin yung general point average ng mga estudyante, which is the GPA, or ito yung 2.1, 2.4, 3.2, 2.7, 2.2, 2.3, 3.8, 3.4, at pag tinotal natin lahat ay ang kalalabasan is 22.1. So, the next column is the xy. So, the sum product of x and y. Okay, so we are going to multiply it. Okay, Sa x, meron tayong sa subject 1, meron tayong 98 sa x. And sa y is 2.1. So, i-multiply natin. 98 times 2.1 equals 205.8. So, number 2, ang x natin 105, tapos times 2.4 equals 252. So, ganyan yan. So, hanggang sa baba. Okay, so may 100 times 3.2 equals 320, 100 times 2.7, 272, and so on and so forth. So, the sum of x, y is 2,321.1. You can check using your calculator para mas maintindihan nyo pa or mas malaman nyo na tama. Okay, next is the x squared. So, ang ibig sabihin nito is we need to multiply the value of x by itself. Okay, sa subject 1, meron tayong 98 ang x natin. So, since 98 siya, we need to multiply by itself. So, 98 times 98 equals 9,604. Okay, so number 2 is 105 times 105, ang answer ay 11,025. And then 100 times 100, that is 1,000. And 106 times 106, ang answer is 11,236. And number 6, the 95 times 95, that is 9,025. And the number 7 is 116 times 116 is 13,456. And the last one is 112 times 112 is 12,544. So the summation of x squared is 86,890. So, i-add lang natin yan lahat sila. So, the summation of x squared is 86,890. Sa y squared, same thing sila sa x squared. So, we should get or multiply by itself the value of y. Okay, so 2.1 times 2.1 equals 4.41. Number 2, 2.4 times 2.4, that is 5.76. And 3.2 times 3.2, 10.24. And 2.7 times 2.7 equals 7.29. So, hanggang pababa na yan. So, remember, huwag natin kakalimutan kunin ang sum of each column. Okay, so ang summation of y squared is 63.83. Okay, so ano nga ba yung mga kailangan natin sa formula natin? Okay, so meron tayong the summation of x is equals to 832. Makikita natin dyan. Okay, and the summation of y is equals to 22.1. The summation of xy is 2,321.8, and the summation of x squared is 86,890. The summation of y squared is 63.83. And our n is, kung ilan ba yung pares dito, meron tayong 8. Okay, no? So, ang n natin ay 8. Okay, using the formula, no? So, isa-substitute lang natin. Okay, ang n is 8 times the summation of xy. So, the summation of xy natin is 2,321.1. Okay, tapos the summation minus the summation of x is 832, and times the summation of y is 22.1. So, overall or over the square root, no? So, sa denominator, sa loob ng square root is unahin natin, ito yung una, no? Yung may square bracket. I hope nasusundan nyo ako. Okay, so ang n natin, n the summation of x squared, so ang n is 8, tapos times the summation of s squared is 86,890, and minus the summation of x is 832. Okay, so sa kabilang bracket naman is meron tayong n again is 8, tapos the summation of y squared, meron tayong 63.83, tapos times the summation of y, meron tayong 22.1. Okay, using our scientific calculator, if we are going to perform this, is 8 times 2321.1 minus 832 times 22.1 equals 181.6. So, ang answer is 181.6. I-try nyo din, no, para mas maintindihan nyo lalo. Okay, sa denominator natin, using our calculator, we are going to multiply sa unang bracket, no? Unahin natin yung unang bracket. So, 8 times 86,890 minus 832 squared. So, ang sagot is 2,896. Okay, sa pangalawang bracket is meron tayong 8 times 63.83 minus 22.1 squared. Okay, meron tayong 22.23. Make sure na nasusundan nyo to sa calculator, no? So, try to check para mas maintindihan nyo lalo. So, after that, after natin makuha yung nasa denominator, i-multiply natin, no? Yung dalawang naka-bracket kanina. Okay, so, di ba, ang result is, yung unang bracket is 2,896, tapos sa pangalawa is 22.3. So, we are going to multiply. Okay? 2,896 times 22.3 equals 64,378.08. Yan ang sagot niya, no? So, ang next na gagawin natin is we are going to divide it. Okay, so 181.6 divide square root of 64,378.08 equals 0.72. So, ang sagot is 0.72. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng 0.72 na yan? Ang 0.72 is the correlation coefficient such as the strong positive relationship between the test score and the grade point average. Okay, so between the test score and GPA, there are the strong positive relationship correlation. So, ang ibig sabihin, kung mas mataas yung ang test score niya, may posibleng mataas din yung general point average niya. This is me again, Night Silala. So I hope that you learned something new. And maraming salamat sa panonood. At sana natulungan ko kayo kahit papaano. So goodbye!